Mark, Tri-Series round 3, obviously the final round of Tri-Series and the final part of the cycle for your SDP, FDP programs.
Yeah, certainly exciting weekend. Like all three regions coming together, as we know. And for the last one, it's a culmination of everybody's work for the whole 12 months. And the amount of improvement that you see over the course of the 3 Tri-Series is exciting. And it's good for the BDOs to be able to sit back and assess their kids and assess where they've been able to take groups during the course of that cycle. And then obviously the 16 state teams are here, boys and girls participating against the under-18s, which is great prep for them. And then we have the under-14s, qualifying to head off to under-14 club nationals. So Tri-Series 3 is like the culmination of a lot of work before teams head off.
And of course, you speak about the coaches trying to get the BDOs about their play development, but also too for the BDOs would be a little bit of coach development for the coaches as well too, Mark.
Yeah, no doubt. There's obviously a range of network coaches that participate in the Tri-Series to make this all work, and personally I'd like to thank those people that give up their time. And we're very fortunate that we're full-time in the basketball industry. But the network coaches volunteer their time, and they do an outstanding job, and they're growing their coaching, resume or philosophy as they go as well with our support, and they do an outstanding job.
All right, let's focus on some national issues now. You've been appointed to the under-17 head coach role for our men's side. You were surprised by the appointment, so to speak, when I read an article in the Advocate a week or so back, but you must be happy to take on the coaching there.
Yeah, exciting. It's it wasn't something that I was planning for the long term. I'd been involved with the uni games, and I've been working really hard on some study as an adult student, shall we say. So that had taken up a lot of time, and some of that time had been released, and I've been around this age group now for the last couple of years and seen it evolve and develop, and I just felt it was a good time to apply for the position. Very fortunate to get it, and looking forward to coaching that group at New Caledonia.
And of course, you've just come back from camp, and obviously a good hit out for the guys there at camp, and you made your final team selections out as well too.
Yeah, final team selections is the toughest thing that I've had to do in my coaching career. Like, it was, you have young athletes who have been aspiring to, make Australian junior team for that age group. And as I said to them at camp, this is just the beginning of their cycle for this. This is a 2.5-year process, and whether you make that team doesn't mean that you've got it all figured out for the long term, and if you don't make it, doesn't mean it's the end. And we had to pick 10 players to go and represent their country at this first stage, and really excited and pleased about the group that we've been able to select.
And of course, out of that group, Rain Smith and Taryn Armstrong in that team. You must be happy from one side of point of view to 2 Tasmanians in a national under-17 team, but where as a coaching group did you come to the decision to get Taryn and Rain in?
Well, we didn't come to the conclusion from a coaching standpoint. Their performances pick themselves, and they've been good over the last couple of nationals. They've done a bulk of work. Taryn's really improved, is at the centre of excellence with the NBA Global Academy, and Rain Smith had an outstanding nationals this year, and on the back of that went into camp and had a super camp. So the players pick themselves from that standpoint. Obviously, I'm really pleased that they're Tasmanian, but they deserve their spots, and you do it off performance, and they've backed it up.
And so what's ahead now? Obviously, you've got that. You picked the team. Now you have I assume you have a few camps before you head off to New Cambodia.
You assumed wrong, Ronald. We don't have any camps, which is part of the process. For the first cycle, we have one camp and we pick the team. All right, and we'll have 4 or 5 training sessions when we get to New Caledonia over the course of that tournament to continually keep improving through that process. So it's a challenging cycle, but it's from that standpoint. But players have got to adapt to it. They've got to be international learners, and that's the way the international landscape is now.
Anything else on the national forefront from our point of view, Mark, as far as any players maybe making some camps laid down the track?
Well, we had Sean Hayward go to that camp for the under-17 girls team, and unfortunately she didn't make the group, but she's had an outstanding couple of years, and as I've spoken to her about it, it's more long term as well. It's not just the now, and she's got to keep chipping away, and she will. She's been really diligent worker over the last 3 years, right? Really committed herself. Still got Cy Deans, right, is still up and going with his cycle of under 17s, and Zoe Crawford. So good news there, and Lauren Wise is in that squad as well, and they'll have a camp coming up here in the not too distant future for that next group.
And just quickly, Basketball Australia CEO Gerald, I can't figure out Rector, was down over the last couple of days. Have you had a chance to have a bit of a brief chat with her?
Yeah, we had a chat on the backcourts yesterday. Caught up with her before she went into the BTAS meeting, and we discussed the Australian stuff and what we're doing here, especially around this tournament, obviously, because it was right at the forefront. And she has a good connection with Tasmania and Tasmania basketball. She spent a lot of time here in the past, and I'm sure we'll see her here in the future. And it was great to catch up with her. I'm excited to see what she brings to basketball in this country. And I know after the board meeting yesterday, they were really excited to hear her plans and thoughts around basketball in this country, which is a very exciting stage right now.
Very exciting. Mark, thanks for your time once again here on BTAS TV.
Great. Thanks, Ronald. Great work. Thank you.